Yeah, welcome to Prime Testimony Channel. I'm Atso Brentishan. It's a joy for me anytime I have to meet my audience. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you for watching my videos. I will encourage you to continue watching and recommending the channel to other people. Today, I want to center my discussion on the role of the church in communities' development. The development of every nation depends upon every individual. And as people of God who are emulating the life of Christ, we have a greater responsibility to ensure that we have a role to play. First of all, the church building is not hanging in the community. It's located on the land of the community. And because of that, everything that goes on in the community should be our concern. For example, maybe your church is located in a particular place where some distance to the church building, there are a lot of potholes on the road. I don't think you have to wait for the government to come and fix those potholes. As our social responsibility towards the community, I think we should deem it fit to make contribution and do all we can to do that. You know, the scripture tells us that in Apostle, during the time of Acts of Apostle in Antioch, there were certain things that they did, and all the things that they did reflected the life of Christ. For that reason, the people of Antioch called them and they named them Christians, because they are saying that the things that they were doing looks like Christ. It is not enough for us to preach from the pulpit, to tell people about the need to develop our communities without practically partaking in things that will help. So when it comes to living, when it comes to communal labor, when it comes to everything, I believe as members of the church, we have a role to play. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. So as a church member, as someone who is emulating the life of Christ, you have a duty to show that example to the world that you really understand what Christ means when he says that we should go out to the world and minister to all nations. You are not just ministering without taking care of the need of the people. I appreciate the good things that some churches are doing, sometimes offering scholarships for students, but it looks as if that most of them is centered on church members. The question is that, what are you also doing to support other members who are not part of your church? Jesus Christ showed love without discriminating. So if there is somebody who has a need in your community and you are supporting, should the person necessarily be a church member before you support? I do not think so. I've already said that I really appreciate what the church is doing, but I'm just drawing our attention as people of God to look at some of these things so that we'll be able to support adequately. Yes, the Bible tells us that we should do good, especially people in the household of God. It doesn't mean that it is people who attend our churches alone. Sometimes when we say we are waiting till the people come and see us before we can support, we may not be able to do much. We must consciously look out for people who are in need to support them. People are suffering. Some people even finish BEC with excellent results. They do not even have anybody to lead them, even to go and look for a school. Some have finished SHS, they are home. Sometimes it's not always a matter of money. Sometimes it's a matter of just talking to somebody whom you know actually works in our parts of the area. And it's not always that it means that you are going to pay bribe. Sometimes by telephone call, sometimes by recommendation, you'll be able to help somebody. Remember, I usually cite this example that Joseph of Arimathea was a very good friend of Pilate. In this modern parlance, we will say, "Oh, anybody body." And he utilized that opportunity to ask for the body of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion. He went before him and requested, and then they gave him the body, and then they went and buried the body of Jesus. So we must use our connections, we must use the people we know, we must use our positions for something positive, not necessarily, do you know who I am, do you know where I come from? All these things are not necessary. The church is playing a major role, but I'll still plead that we should do more, because when everybody disappoints everybody, the church cannot cannot disappoint. Right now, there's a lot of things going on. Everybody is saying that. But we know the only hope of the world is the church. Sometimes, yes, they will be insulting you as pastors, they will be insulting you as the ministers of God, as church leaders. But when people have problems, you are the same people we will come to. We know that because of some people's treacherous character as fake ministers of God, people are looking at the church with different eye. However, there are some people too who are also still remaining in the faith and doing good things. And because of that, we will not say because of that, we will turn our back to the world. Let us do all that we can. One my community, another man, another crew, no one here. We should be concerned about things that go on in our community. We must participate in communal labor. When I was a little boy in my village, when it was time for people to go and do communal labor, people would go and work their hearts out. But these days, what happens? They call that they should come and help clean the environment. People don't bother. It is not enough to pray in tongues, to read the Bible, to do broadcasting, but practically we must demonstrate that the Christ that we are serving, we know him. And God is a God of sacrifice. When it comes to contribution to help develop our community, we must play a major role. God has gifted us differently. We have different giftings, different gifts. We also have different resources, but when we bring these resources together, we'll be able to work and then achieve, greater results. You can do it alone. I can do it alone, but when we come together, we'll be able to, achieve much. This Prime Testimony channel, I will encourage you to continue watching this channel and recommend this channel to others. Please watch the videos, like them, and feel free to make comments. I'm your friend, Ato Brent Eshana. Until we meet in another video, I'll say bye-bye. God bless you.